In today's video, we're going to be covering some very juicy information, stuff like the campfire chat that's going to be happening tomorrow, talking about some of the information and questions that the community has had about the recent patch 110 that obviously nerfed a lot of our characters. Also, Blizzard cracking down on cheaters in Diablo 4. Did not think this was a thing, but apparently it is, and they're starting to crack down on it. Also, how can you maximize and make your runs efficient to get that renown knocked out? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So before that, though, let me go ahead and do a little bit of housekeeping here. So I released a video, and unfortunately, I did not see that yesterday. I did not say where I get my information from, and I apologize for that. And I can't post links in the description because this channel is new. YouTube actually will not allow me to post links until I go through some arbitrary authorization showing my driver's license and an ID and I am who I am. I don't know if this is because of an AI thing or what the case is, but I can't post any links, so I apologize about that. But I do get my information from a website called WOWHEAD. They're pretty much dedicated to all of Blizzard's games, and they have a nice little tab of Diablo 4, and they're very fast to update their information, especially if the developers are talking and having interviews with outside sources or outside media sources. WowHead is very fast about updating information, putting articles out, and keeping the Diablo 4 community extremely up to date with information. So that's where I get my information from. If you're wanting to go ahead and find that out for yourself, just go on over to WowHead. Okay, cool. Housekeeping done. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Let's get into the news. So the first story that we're going to be covering today is going to be the additional 2 seconds that were added to the teleporting out of the dungeon feature. Now, if you go ahead and scroll down here, there was a tweet of a question asked by Nick saying, hey, can you please address the reason why the teleporting out of the dungeon was increased from 3 to 5 seconds? What is the answer, or what is the issue, or what is the deal? And obviously Adam Fletcher said we will, meaning that they're going to be talking about it in tomorrow's campfire chat. Now, here is my standpoint on this whole situation, and I have to give you a little bit of a backstory before I delve into my opinion. Now, when the early access beta or the open beta were going on, there was a button that you could just reset the dungeon. You would teleport out, reset the dungeon, run back in, run it again, see if you get some gear, whatnot. Well, when the full game got released, they went ahead and removed the ability of resetting the dungeon and put some arbitrary number that you had to wait outside time frame wise for that dungeon to be reset. Now, that being said, that there was some weird arbitrary number, I saw sometimes that I would teleport out of the dungeon, sit in front, and go back in, and sometimes it'd be reset, sometimes it wouldn't, sometimes it would take a minute, sometimes it would take 2, and that might be because of the server was having issues or lag or instability or whatnot. Well, with the introduction of patch 110, they increased the teleport time out of the dungeon to 5 seconds instead of the 3, but they also re-enabled the reset dungeon button. So when people are kind of angry about that additional 2 seconds, but then we also got the reset dungeon button back and you don't really have to wait some arbitrary number of time, I feel like it's still a win. Now, maybe I'm not seeing something, devious that's going on. A lot of people think that they're trying to slow us down from the grind, but then why reinitiate the reset dungeon button? It seems counterintuitive to me. Now, here's the thing. If you were able to run 10 dungeons in your time frame, because it was increased by 2 seconds, well, that's 20 seconds overall, right? Overall running those 10 dungeons. Are you really missing a ton of time with 20 seconds? Again, maybe I'm not seeing something, but the 20-second increase, but also being able to reset the dungeons seems kind of like a win to me. Now, yes, sitting there waiting for this arbitrary bar to fill up for you to then be able to teleport out is kind of aggravating or annoying, but I don't think it's annoying enough to say it's really a topic that should be covered, like really delved into on the campfire chat. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong. Let me know in that comment section below that maybe I'm not seeing something, but they are going to be covering this in tomorrow's campfire chat. So I guess we're going to have to find out. I think it's just maybe the servers can't handle it. They can't handle the fast teleporting. They can't handle the fast dungeon reset. I mean, that sometimes the dumbest answer is actually the correct answer. So I think that's what it is, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Okay, so next up on our news is going to be the campfire chat that's going to be happening tomorrow that will be covering patch 111. Now, if you're not familiar with what happened, patch 110 came out and it had a ton of changes. I'm going to say changes very loosely because they were actually nerfs to a lot of our super overpowered builds that made massive changes and made things a little squishy, like my sorcerer, and it really angered the community, also myself. So they're going to have a campfire chat tomorrow talking about patch 111, which is going to address some of those situations that were created by patch 110. I get it. Lots of ones. Okay. So if you scroll down here, they actually talk about who is going to be a part of that campfire chat and also the time frames of when that campfire chat's going to be happening. It's going to be on Twitch. It's going to be on YouTube, so you can watch it wherever you want. Here is going to be the time frames. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the screen. Hopefully my fingers are pointing in the right direction. I don't know. But that's going to be when the campfire chat's going to start. Now, just in case something goes wrong, one of them's late, they have technical difficulties, whatever the case is, they normally update Twitter extremely fast before that. So just, go ahead and follow their Twitter for up-to-date information and potentially up-to-date information about the campfire chat. So I guess we're going to have to wait till tomorrow and find out what those changes are going to be. Hopefully my Cirque becomes more survivable. Please, please, please. All right, so Blizzard warns use of game-modifying software can lead to permanent suspension. Permanent suspension, i.e., bans. I had no idea that this was actually a thing, that people are using modifying files to maybe potentially get drops that they're not able to get. I have no idea. But as you can see here, Blizzard put a statement out saying, very, very simple. If you are using any files that are modifying Diablo IV in any way, that can lead to a permanent ban. I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of the screen here so you can see exactly what they said. Now, again, this information is on WOWHEAD of what their statement is. I think it's pretty simple. Just don't use anything that is modifying Diablo 4 in any given way. You don't want to lose your time invested. You don't want to lose your money invested. You don't want to lose anything. So just don't cheat. Don't mod the game. Just don't do any of that. Okay, so last but not least, because this is very important, best side quests and dungeons to run together for Season 1 Renown and Diablo 4. Now, I think this is worded a little weird. When I read it, I was like, running together, you mean like co-op? What's the deal? But I think what they were trying to get across was very, very simple. Sometimes there are some missions that are very close to dungeons. And if you're wanting to optimize and really get the most out of your run, you want to pick the missions that are very close to dungeons so you can do multiple things at a time. Well, what they went ahead and did is they actually put something together, which I think this is dope. Renowned is one of those things that either people really want to do and they love it, or they absolutely hate it and don't want to do. But they cover some of the missions and the dungeons that spawn close together that you can go ahead and run them and maximize your time runs. And they actually cover every individual region on the map, which I think is super cool of them to do to kind of help the whole Renown grind. I really honestly love that. That's super dope. So again, this is going to be on WOWHEAD. Go ahead and check this out. If you're dreading doing the Renown, maybe this will make it a little bit easier. Okay, so as of right now, filming this video, because things sometimes update really fast, that was all there is to cover. So yes, we got some information here about tomorrow's campfire chat. We got some information here about Renown grinding, and do not modify your game at all if you do not want to get banned, okay? Let me know in that comment section below, Do you see, this whole renowned like thing that they put together as a super positive for the community, especially for those that are not wanting to regrind Renown out? Let me know in that comment section below. Also, what do you think? Should Diablo be banning cheaters? I think so, right? I mean, if you're cheating to get some kind of advantage and maybe potentially getting gear that people are grinding hours for, I would think you'd want to ban those people, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in that comment section below. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you are new to the channel, if this information did indeed help you out, hit me with a like button. Again, if you're also new, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. It helps me to build this new channel out, and I would greatly appreciate that. And as well, leave me some comment sections in the comment below talking about some of the stuff that we covered in this video. But that being said, that's going to be the end. I will see you in the next one. Be safe out there.